That's cold. Heart in my chest, that's froze. Street is icy, cold. The streets I see cold. I believe I stay trying to get it deeper right now. Moving with my bros, hunting in the jungle, waiting for the moolah right now. Street is icy, cold. Heart in my chest, that's froze. Ice in my chest, that's cold. That's cold. Nah, nah, nah. Streets I see cold. I believe I stay trying to get it deeper right now. Moving with my bros, hunting in the jungle, waiting for the moolah right now. Street is icy, cold. Heart in my chest, that's froze. Ice in my chest, that's cold. That's cold. Nah, nah, nah. I'm froze. Ice in my chest, that's cold. Heart in my chest, that's cold. Feeling icy, I'm cold. Streets icy, froze. Ice in my chest, that's cold. Heart in my chest, that's cold. Feeling icy, I'm froze. Feel it, coming. I got it, go get it. I got it, go get it. Get it, go get it. Feel it, coming. I got it, go get it. I got it, go get it. Get it, go get it.
What's up, wonderful people? Welcome to the Rhythm Scoop Show on the Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. We want to welcome each and every one of us to yet another interesting broadcast where we get to discuss different issues to do with arts, culture, entertainment, and current affairs as well right here on the Black Hot Fire Network. We do hope that you are doing fantastic on the 22nd day of the month of July, the year 2021. Time really does fly when you're having fun, and of course that is the same that is happening right now. Just the other day we were starting out the month of July. Right now it seems like we have just 8 more days left to completing or to wrapping up this particular month. My name is Spikes, alongside my co-host Joby.
Yes, I karibuni sana to the Rhythm Scoop Show. Of course, another episode where we get to discuss matters concerning entertainment, art, and culture. And of course, do remember to interact with us. We are live and interactive on our social media handles. That is on Twitter, the Black Hot Fire Network, on Instagram at the Black Hot Fire Network. You can also find us on Facebook at the Black Hot Fire Radio. Tell us where you're streaming in from. How is your Thursday coming along? Because we know on a Thursday, people use, on status, whenever people are posting on their status, on their stories on Instagram, or rather on Twitter, they use the hashtag TBT. That is just a throwback. And of course, you might be maybe throwing back to your album, the pictures that maybe your parents did get to take of you when you were young, or maybe just revisiting your growth, when you were aging, or maybe the music of that is early 90s, 2000, because we did have amazing jams way back. And I don't know what you're celebrating, but interact with us and tell us what you are really celebrating today, what you are remembering today.
And talking about the throwbacks, you realize that some people really do not really change that much, which is something to be said in the negative, because you might come up and meet someone and you are with them maybe like 8 years ago, and they're just the same. And you're wondering now what's going on with your life. Are you stagnating at one particular point? But nonetheless, we do not want to throw shade at anyone. You do get to grow at your own pace. And that is why we do, of course, it's with your own pace at the end of the day. But nonetheless, talking about music and arts and culture, we have played you a brand new jam. The name of the song is Cold. And Wolf is talking about how cold the streets sometimes do get. You know, you are in the streets, or even life itself. You know, you are trying to get things, you're trying to achieve that, but everything seems to be so cold. And even the hearts of people these days, it's like people are full of savagery.
Frozen.
Yeah, they are frozen. They are full of savagery. Because you will go on Twitter, for example, on Twitter, that is where people show the most savagery. People are so cold on Twitter. And you will be posting something, maybe you're celebrating an achievement, and then people will bring you down. They will they bring your moods down, your spirits down. They want to crush your spirit, because that is the way the world is these days. You know, you cannot really just have a good time without someone trying to mess with your vibe on Twitter, especially, and also on social media. You might put out a nice photo on Instagram, but it seems like people are never satisfied with whatever you post.
I do believe at the end of the day, it's a matter of you doing whatever makes you happy, because you don't live by impressing everyone. You want to impress everyone, right? So even if you are out there trying to put up a post, or maybe trying to do something, and negativities are being thrown back at you, just look at life in a positive way, you know, because no one said it's going to be easy. No one said it's going to be smooth here on this world.
You just have to put up.
Just put your mentality in a positive way, and of course everything is going to align itself.
At the end of the day, I do believe that is the most important part of you know, the hustle or the going. Because you really have to, you know, put yourself in a situation where you are self-motivated and determined, regardless of what other people might try and say. And talking about the throwback Thursdays, there is some people that have decided to really put their memories together by remaking photos of, you know, for example, you might make you might try to make a photo of maybe a birthday, that maybe your 16th birthday. And I have seen people now saying, I have to dump these photos here. For example, on Instagram, someone might try to make a photo that he was taken maybe like 6 years ago. They go into the kitchen where they were seated at the kitchen, sit at the same spot, hold a cup that is almost a cup or a mug that is almost similar to the one that was of course on that particular photo. Personally, I am not sure if I have any photos I would like to remake. I have never been photogenic really, or someone who really loves photos. I've always been sort of photophobic for some reason. But nonetheless, I would try myself do a challenge like that. I would see myself doing a challenge like that.
You should.
Maybe a place you used to like to hang out. And go to the same.
I remember when people were doing the 10-year challenge. I don't know if you can remember.
Yeah, I remember the 10-year challenge.
Yeah. I remember I was super sick that day, and I was lying down. And a friend of mine, shout out to DJ Kata, he'd I was laying down, and he made like the 10-year challenge with Dedan Kimathi and me. And the way you can, when you see the similarities, they really look alike, and I was just like, whoa, the shades are really real. But at the end of the day, I do believe, Spice, you might be having some photos that I would
check into where I put up my photos. I would just check if there is a photo I would just like to make.
If I want to align them like this, there's so many. Because I love pictures.
People do say that we are here to make moments and also make memories, and we should continue remembering that we are here to live in the moment. Some people just want to go back into the past. But I would just like to remind us that the past is heavy. Just put it down and focus on the now, and also focus on the future, because that is what we are looking forward to right here on the Blackwood Fan Network. Like we said, we do have some news coming up regarding arts, culture, and music. But I would like to know how you feel about the new jam by Wolf, Lex the Wolf. I don't know for Joby, how do you feel about this particular one?
Well, I love it. Of course, Lex the Wolf has been doing the most. We have most of his amazing jams here on the Blackwood Fan Network, and I'm vibing onto it. And of course, we were just discussing right here whereby you should just do a hot video for it. Just release something productive and good quality out of that good music.
I do hope that he also gets the message, because he's also a frequent listener of our show here. Big up to Lex the Wolf, and he is doing a lot when it comes to putting out music that is really has a soul. Because for me, I do get to enjoy when the music has a soul, not just about jumping and dancing and everything. I look for music that has a soul, music that makes also you feel like soulful. It makes your soul also feel good at the end of the day. And the name of the song is called it's a brand new jam by the one and only Lex the Wolf. And like we were saying, we do hope that we can get to have him also do a video of the same, because it's really jamming. And also it has a bass line. The bass line of that particular song, it also makes, even if you're listening to it on a small speaker, it would also still be blasting your speakers, and Joby is jamming to it. But nonetheless, we won't get straight into the matters. There have been so many things happening right now, and of course in the 254 and even beyond. When you look at some of the matters that have been spoken about. For example, there was the issue of the Kitengela, the extrajudicial killings in Kitengela. It seems like also right now there is an increase in crime and people going missing, and for some reason. I do not know whether these people are being held for ransom or whether it's just, they have been taken and murdered. But I have had situations where there have been a few more families are coming out and saying, oh, we do not know where our loved one has disappeared off to.
It's really happening. And just yesterday when I was watching news, I don't know, I can't remember the person who was really talking, but it's politician or something. He was in Marsabit, and he was saying that the nation, or even Kenya itself, it has taken Marsabit like it has
secluded them.
It's not like it's part of Kenya. And when you dig deeper, there are matters of cases how people have been killed, how livestock are being stolen and killed. It's really like on a high rate. And he was just talking of matters of insecurity, which we've seen not only in the 254, we've seen it in Nigeria, we've seen it in Mali, we've seen it in South Africa. Matters of insecurities are rising each and every day. And when you speak of extrajudicial killings, personally, I do know that when some extrajudicial killings do happen, you find when you dig deeper, some of these politicians are the one who are behind all these things. So as much as
sometimes it's political,
as much as I don't want to say the government should do anything about it, because we are the ones who are suffering the most, and we are the ones who are at stake. So let us just be careful outside there, and of course also ensure that you don't get yourself involved with something that might end up
get you in big trouble like that. In big trouble like that. But nonetheless, I do get to also agree with you, because it seems like when people these days, I think people are lacking ways of sorting dispute, because I do believe some of the people that who go missing and then they end up being killed, I think some of them might have also been involved in either crime or having been involved in other kinds of disputes. And it's good if you're having a dispute with someone, or you have a dispute with other people. But
the rate of killings is really high, and it's really crazy. It's rising like super crazy. You remember the case whereby this guy who killed 12 children? I mean, how do you even 12 children? Then he claimed that he was possessed by demons.
He
what
would,
the hell?
He would. Maybe they should.
Kids.
I do believe there should be an assessment of his mental situation, because you might. I don't think you would. The humanity, the way I know it, I don't think anyone in their rightful mind, or in their rightful, maybe perhaps some demon came and took over, some spirit came and took over their minds and their body.
Can't you even feel the guilt?
It's not even about the guilt. I think maybe there was some spirits that might have taken over their bodies. We do say spirits, but I do know maybe the spirits out there. I do believe they are there, and you might wonder what's going on. But because in your rightful mind, you will not go killing at all people, and on a normal day you wouldn't wake up. There will be something wrong with your mental, or maybe your mind has been taken over.
Okay. When we speak of evil spirits, also if we because he's been rated in the in likes of you remember Onyancha, right?
Yeah, Onyancha was a serial killer.
Yeah, the serial killer. Yeah. Can you say he was also possessed by demons?
I'm not sure whether I would also rate him.
So there's no way you can tell me you're possessed by demons whereby you're killing 12 people repeatedly, and you're not feeling conscious about it. And of course he had the guts to even say it.
What did he say?
He said that he went to the police. He confessed actually. He took himself to the police and took the police where they retrieved 3 bodies, and the rest have not been found because they were thrown in the rivers. Others I don't know where they are, and which is really crazy. You don't tell me that you are really possessed by a demon because of such an incident, which is super crazy.
I would think there will be a problem with that. If you do ask me, I think there will be a problem with their minds, because no one in their rightful mind would go do crime and kill 12 people. And nonetheless, this is a Rhythm Scoop show on the Blackwood Fan Network, talking about trending and topical matters, as well as arts, culture, and entertainment. General Mosquito is here with us. You're saying a good afternoon, Spikes. And Joby, good afternoon to you too. And I do see Spikes. What did you get, brother Spikes, for his birthday? We were considering him sending over some fufu. This some fufu. Joby is an expert making the fufu, so we were hoping we would be able to send brother Kid some fufu.
I don't know, Spikes. Let's not lie.
Some fufu. So
I don't know of making of Nigerian food.
So what did you make?
But I would try.
An African cuisine. What did you make?
Try.
What if you want to make an African cuisine for?
I've done hospitality. Let me just not lie. I've done hospitality, but apart from doing hospitality,
is hospitality hosting people or cooking?
I
think there's a distinction between hospitality and cooking itself.
It is. It's part of cooking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've done hospitality.
An African cuisine. What would you make a friend? Maybe for their birthday. What would you suggest for someone? Maybe an African cuisine.
Oh my God, if I were hosting people, Keith himself and the friends, of course, the Blackout Fire family, maybe chapati and some chicken.
That is not an African cuisine. For me, I think we do have a food known as mukimo, which is really one of the favorite. It's an African. It's not a birthday. I'm saying for a feast. A feast has the full. Real prepared, nice prepared meal. We would have mukimo and also we'd have beef, and of course there would be some other things are also added onto that to make it wonderful. Because if you do say chapati and that is if you're making if you walked into an African restaurant
I know for Kikuyus,
and they served you chapati,
I know for Kikuyus they go with mukimo, and for Kambas we go with mudokoi.
Mudokoi is...
Mudokoi.
Yeah, I know Mudokoi.
And what we go with.
I actually went to a Kamba funeral and we ate before we buried whomever. But in our other culture, we first bury whomever we are burying, and then after that people do get to sit down and
Kambas,
eat.
they eat fast. Then
so for the Kambas, you first and foremost have a feast, and then after the feast go and send off.
Yeah, because we find some people maybe who are coming from a long distance, maybe from somewhere far, maybe out of Nairobi, from Nairobi to the rural areas. So it's quite a distance. By the time they're getting there, they're super tired and also hungry.
It's not mother something, it's not mother koi, it's mudokoi. But you can also say mukimo. Mukimo is one of the very common African dishes, and you can also get to make that one and mudokoi as well. Those are some things that you might just decide you would eat. But I don't know whether Keith would be interested. Keith is always talking smart when it comes to food, and the food he says that he cannot have that ugali. He always keeps on saying that we are having ugali daily.
Can't eat ugali?
And he doesn't like it. He's actually beefing on ugali every other time.
He should eat ugali and some fish, some tilapia, well cooked.
Tilapia is nice. Yes, ugali and fish is really something, especially in Western Kenya. You will find that ugali and fish being that delicacy. So I don't know. Kid might also just walk into the next restaurant, Nigerian or East African restaurant, and have himself that mugokoi or the fish and the ugali. We are on the Rhythm Scoop Show on the Blackout Fire Network, a media for the 21st century, and of course we are discussing different matters to do with the current affairs as well as arts, culture and entertainment. There has been something that has come up in Ghana, and I think things are changing in Ghana, because in Ghana, as the politicians for a very, very long time have been used into taking their electorate for granted. People will be given fake promises over the campaign trail. You will be told we want to build schools, we shall be creating employment, we shall be building hospitals and all these other infrastructure and amenities for the country, and also getting to improve the livelihoods of these people of Ghana. But at the end of the day, once these individuals or the politicians have been voted in, they move to the city and you will never hear of them again till it's 2 months the elections again. That is what they do. Even here in Nairobi, you'll have people coming in, during the campaign season. For example, next year you'll find a lot of people showing themselves again. For the 4 years that they have been in offices, you will not see them anywhere. But now when it's time again to go and do their campaign to get re-elected, you will find them coming to you with the same campaign promises, the same things that they have promised you 5 years ago. They will try revamp them, or they will try come up with a manifesto saying, this is what we want to do for you again. And for a very, very long time, Africans have been fooled by these politicians. They will give you 200 shillings, which is $2. They will give you $5. They will give you $10. And then they will want you to vote for them at the expense of your livelihoods in the future. Because if the infrastructure has not been improved, if the status of the economy has not been improved, if nothing has improved, why then would they be coming back to the same community trying to fool them again? I have seen young people getting sometimes their mind mixed up.
True. We've seen in the likes of whereby right now Ghanaians have striked, rather they are opposing that the government, the politicians did give some offers to them. That is by donating some rice to some of the village people, to the rural areas. But now the youths have returned back the rice. They have said, we don't want your donation, we don't want anything to do with your with the money, with anything. We want jobs. We're tired of your promises and we're tired of everything. And of course this is happening in each and every country, and I agree with Ghanaians actually super well. The youths are really, I was just, the moment I saw the post, I was just like, Africa is really waking up. Like Africa is really rising and waking up, because they're seeing the manifesto that are made before the elections. And when you look after the elections, there is a huge gap. Whatever they say they don't fulfill it. And it's just as you have mentioned, you'll see them after maybe 4 years or maybe after 10 years of them being on the seat. That is when they come back, when this re-election or rather election is about to, happen. And this is happening in each and every country.
In African countries it happens. I believe even in Europe it happens. But for me, I don't think I would have returned the bag of rice to these politicians. I would have returned an empty sack, and I would tell them we need jobs. The empty sack with the demands, because the people are still hungry. I would have returned the empty sack because you're given rice. So I would take it. First and foremost, I would take. The politicians were giving the sacks of rice. So I would take that sack of rice, go put it, and then we would come back and tell you, take your sacks, and we need actual jobs.
They said no.
They would.
Said no.
I would have actually taken it. I would. Yeah.
I wish you
would
saw.
you have returned it? Maybe you're in hunger and your family doesn't have anything to feed on.
Well, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
Personally, I wouldn't. Because I would look
well.
into the future. Because right now, as much as I'm complaining I don't have a job, what will I eat tomorrow?
What
Because as much as I need this job,
Yeah.
what can I provide today to put on the table?
Yeah.
So this is the given thing that I've been given. Let me take advantage of it. And of course, maybe I would have done like spikes, and empty the sack, then return it, But at the end of the day, these politicians, they need to also wake up, because this is a message being given to them. Like people are really tired of their manifestos, and it's high time that they get to do actions or whatever they say.
I have seen people protest in different ways. Of course, returning the bag of rice is, I wouldn't think it's the best way to protest. But I have seen people protesting in different ways. For example, in the northeastern part of Kenya, there was some of this meeting that was attended by these politicians. And these politicians had been making empty promises every now and then, saying that we shall be providing you with clean drinking water. We shall be, we shall be providing homes with water, and also, the pipe to water. But then again, what happened is that these were just promises time and over time and over time and over again. So what did happen is that one day during when there was these political meetings and those leaders were coming in, the governors and whomever else, they decided they will put dirty water, fetch dirty water with mud, then place it in bottles and put it where those leaders were seated. So when they were there, they could see now the problem. It was like a silent protest, because they did not go protesting saying we need water.
Yeah.
But what they did is just look for dirty water with mud, place it in, put it in bottles, and then place it on the tables of those politicians. And then the message was, the message got
home. And I can imagine how Westerns are really crazy.
I did see that. I did see that press conference, because it was like a press conference, or it was recorded on TV.
But it's just high time that these politicians will stop doing, whatever they do. You're making manifestos, giving. There's nothing that really hurts actually the most. Someone promising you something, you put your hopes so high.
Not even being promised. I think the Africans right now, they have gotten to a place where they know it's some bullshit.
They are promised, because just the other day when I was talking about it, I've spoken about it a lot of times here, and I was just saying, these politicians, they take advantage of people who have a low life, the middle class and the low life, the ghetto people. Let me just say the ghetto people in general. They go to the ghetto, and because they see these people, they have lack of water, they are struggling to get food, their businesses are not doing well, they're struggling to get jobs. They go there, take advantage. They bribe them $2, $5. That is what is going to feed you for a day. And maybe you have 5 kids or maybe 10 kids, because you've seen in the slums how life is. And at the end of the day, after maybe 10 days, they're gonna maybe come back each and every day. You vote for them, but after that you're not going to see them, which really hurts. Then you're there, you're putting your hopes high. You're like, after this politician has, he's on the seat, he said he's going to come back and do this and this to us. You put your hopes high up, your hopes high, and at the end of the day, nothing is done, which is super.
I have seen people protesting in different ways when it comes to the lies of the politicians. For example, there was a time when there was some protesters in Kenya who decided to go and slaughter. I think they bought slaughtered pigs, and they actually went and placed these pigs outside Parliament. That was their way of a protest. And you know how slaughtered pigs looks like. Not even slaughtered pigs, even pigs that have not been slaughtered. You can see I think they were slaughtered with their blood, and then they were thrown around where Parliament is. But I do know for a fact in town, there's a place where we have one of these big meat. Is it a slaughterhouse? I think it's a slaughterhouse, and either a slaughterhouse or a place.
It's in town.
I don't think it's a slaughterhouse. It's actually, I don't think it's a slaughterhouse. It's actually a place where they store the meat.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that they said, instead of just bringing us the meat, they ordered and they were brought those heads of the pigs, and then they went and threw them at these politicians, the outside Parliament. and that is what was happening. I do not know for you, Zero Mosquito, please let us know what are some of the ways in which you have seen people protest against the lies and the lies of the politicians. I would like to know. For me, I have seen people place dirty water with mud on the tables of these politicians. That was a silent protest. And I have now heard about now what is going on in Ghana. In Ghana, they have returned the sacks of rice. I would never return that rice, but nonetheless, I would still demand for the jobs. Because today you might give me a bag of rice, but tomorrow you'll not be there. You'll have gone back to the city. We are living in the villages because, of course, these quote-unquote leaders, they do not really live in those small towns. They actually live in the cities. So what they do is that they take like a weekend. One weekend, they will be seen maybe one weekend or even never. One weekend, go with those bags of rice and try sort of bribe these people into believing that they are still, their matters are still being looked into. But then after that, you will never see them. But so what I would have done, William, is also engage those leaders, like you said, because jobs are much more important. And African youth are tired of all these lies. I have seen some places also where people decide they will not be paying the levies. For example, their market levies. You find the politicians has promised, we shall be improving the state of the market, we shall be providing amenities in this market. But people have been paying the levies for the market, for using the market. Maybe it's $1 per day or $2 per day. But nothing is being done. I have seen some places where people have decided to boycott. There are different ways I do believe the message can reach to these leaders, quote-unquote leaders. They have decided to boycott the payment of those levies. And in some other ways, we have also seen people engage in different forums where they are also protesting against these kinds of behavior that have gone on with African leaders. I do not like to call them leaders because these are liars. If you do, these are just liars, and that is what they have been doing. But we shall be taking a short music break. When we come back, we shall be letting you know also other ways in which people have protested softly, and even not just softly, but even going out the streets like the South Africans who are doing. I have seen that also because it's the same situation.
Yeah, I think the Ghanaians should do that. Even Kenya.
They have. I think they have. I have seen protests in the streets in Ghana. They were protesting against the leadership of Nana Akufo-Addo, but that was before he was re-elected again, quote unquote re-elected. Because I do not know very much whether that was. I do not see it being a free and fair election in Ghana. I know that he was re-elected, but before the elections did take place last year. But before these elections, there were protests in the streets, people protesting against his leadership. Some people might say he has found a way of silencing the voice of dissent, because there was one young Ghanaian. His name was Muhammad something. His name was Muhammad, but he was talking about fixing Ghana. And when he talked about fixing Ghana, he was going around on his YouTube. I'm just trying to remember the name of that Muhammad guy.
I can't remember his name. The guy you played the video.
Yeah. There was a video of him, talking about what needs to be done right in Ghana. Calling out these crooked leadership, and eventually he went missing. He was attacked by the mob. They say they attacked him, and he actually succumbed to the injuries, and he died while in hospital. But nonetheless, I do believe there is a cost, and the Ghanaians also should not just wait there and be given a bag of rice as a bribe. They should also be much more effort, like we also did see in South Africa. I'm really not sure whether the government is going to heed to the call of the South Africans for jobs and also bettering the economic welfare of the South Africans. I am not really sure because even as we speak right now, South Africa is still indebted. There was an advancement of a loan by the IMF and also the World Bank some money that was put in. They were saying this money will go towards cautioning businesses against the impact of the COVID-19, the global COVID pandemic. But what did happen eventually is that 75% of this money also went into white-owned businesses, and 25% now was going into these black-owned businesses. They were saying we need to caution the business owners, we need to caution our economy using this money. But at the end of the day, the Minister for Small Businesses, she actually came up and said that they have not gotten any benefit from this money, which is the same thing I do believe happening in other different African countries. You do find that the government are putting in resources, and these resources are going towards cautioning business people or even farmers or other different people in the country against the effects of the COVID, the global pandemic. But that money ends up not benefiting anyone at the end of the day. But nonetheless, we shall take a short music break. The name of the next jam, of course, is by the one. It's known as Something About You. I think we have played some tracks back. The name of the next jam is actually Waka Time by the one and only Snyder Don Dada.
Snada, the dome dada, through the ashes, hell and back. You can't tell me nothing. Murder. Through the edges, knife cutting jelly. And somebody's telling me it's a happy telly. Shouldn't tell it, kuwa tuma wele. Natani dwele, kiza nipendele. Marela mkebe sina odena tele. Dali kupasi walitutoka teke teke. Teke kujikata kikipchoge. Zanga shoke, mashaku na maori. Si wakatai kunsaidia, si wakatai. 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 Si wakatai kunsaidia. On some next level shit. Head speech wanna die kunitis. Ni mapenzi nikavulia tu shati. Mtana shati kumkura